This is Jean, and Jean's a patient of mine who had back surgery about 2 months ago.
Correct.
2 months ago. Jean was, how heavy were you then, Jean?
Just a tad over 100 kilos.
Tad over 100 kilos. And as part of our management before spine surgery, we also educated Jean about nutrition. And tell us what changes you made, Jean, to your diet. Just give us a summary of the changes you made to your diet.
Basically, the clue there is cutting out sugars, carbohydrates, sugars. Simple as that, cutting out the breads, Coca-Cola, anything high in sugar or carbohydrates. Get rid of them. Fresh fruit and vegetables, funnily enough, seem to be the go. Fresh fruit and vegetables and meat. Seems to do the trick, simple as that. What
about pasta, potato?
No, they're kind of a no-no. They're not.
Yeah, you cut them back. And tell us what the diabetes, because Jean's also diabetic, type 2 diabetic. How many Diabecs were you taking?
Well, about a year ago I was up to like 6. I'm now down to 1. 1
Diabecs, come down from 6 down to 1. And how much weight came off in the perioperative period?
Now
14.
Since I've started the diet, I've lost about 14 to 15 kilos. Yeah.
14 to 15 kilograms, and the Diabecs is down to 1 and your blood sugar control is very good.
My GP told me that I've basically
cured your diabetes.
He said if I came to him now and he tested looked at my HbA1, he'd say you're not diabetic.
Now, why has anyone, before you came to me about your back, had anyone talked to you about how to cure your diabetes?
No, basically everybody will tell you there's no such thing as a cure for diabetes. Most people will tell you that the secret for controlling it is diet and exercise. Yeah. And I believe they're 100% right with that.
But there's no specifics on what type of diet?
There's not I guess there
is
information out there, but no, I've looked at a lot of different sources.
Yes.
I'm very keen on watching documentaries on TV, and I'm quite familiar with using the internet to research things like this.
So you would think that Diabetes Queensland would give you some tips on how to cure your diabetes?
When I first developed diabetes, about 10 years ago, I think now, I went to a couple of their meetings, and I stopped going and I stopped paying attention to them because, quite honestly, I don't think they have much of an idea about what they're talking about.
Yeah,
and none of the things that they told me turned out to be true.
The recommended food or the recommended nutrition that they talked to you about was full of carbohydrates.
Well, I'm not saying it was full of carbohydrates, but basically they said if you're going to eat bread, these types of breads and things. And for people who are overweight, and let's face it, most people with type 2 diabetes tend to be overweight.
Same condition.
First thing that you need to do is look at what you're eating and cut out the carbohydrates completely. It's not that easy. Having said that, it's not difficult because your body changes after about 3 days. If you cut out the sugars and the carbohydrates, somewhere around about the 3-day mark, you find your body actually changes, and that gnawing, horrendous sense of hunger that you normally have goes away. So it's not difficult to do if you can get through the first 3 days.
That is fantastic, Gene. Now, look, thank you very much for that, and I'm sure a lot of patients who have similar problems will benefit from that little discussion. Thanks very much.
No worries.